Came packaged pretty good. See how it looks here. Wow. So this is better than I expected. Last time I bought a Pinty scope, it didn't have this much support in the box itself, padding and everything. So looks like the scope is not even touching anything besides the foam. So kudos to Pinty for packaging there. And as you've seen, they came with bubble wrap on the outside of the box, also in the main box. When I ordered Pinty last time, it was just the box the scope came in. Other than that, that was it. So here's the scope. Got your essentials here. Looks to be the scope ring box. Looks like some extra tall scope rings, just a single bolt on each side, single screw. Luckily this scope does not weigh that much, so I could see why you wouldn't need nothing real super heavy duty. Got your instruction manual here. Some type of greeting card or business card. Lens cleaning cloth. Your 2032 battery, because this scope is illuminated reticle. And a package of silicone or silicate desiccant to keep everything dry. So here we go. Like I said, nothing touching the scope. Bubble wrapped. Had foam inserts. Can't beat that. Let's check out the scope caps here. You can upgrade these probably, I'm sure, with different scope caps. You could tell they're just the hair flimsy ones. But I mean, they'll do the job just to keep the lens protected. That's all they are. This looks to be a sunshade extension. Got a wrap around there. Keep it from scarring up the scope finish. So this is the 3 to 9 by 32 tactical model. As you can see there, by Pinty. I reviewed the 4 to 16 by 40 about a year or so ago, and it's been a great scope so far. So got your elevation turret, your windage turret, your illumination. Unscrew this little cap here and you put your battery in. It's got 5 different settings, red and green. And it comes with the parallax, which is awesome, from before 10 yards, I think. Yep, before 10 yards all the way to infinity. And this is a 1/4 MOA click scope. Really light compared to other scopes. Supposedly this is competition to the UTG Leapers Bug Buster. And reading reviews on that scope, I chose this scope because they said that this scope actually had finer crosshairs than the UTG Leapers Bug Buster, which I've never tested or shot with before. But you can see here, you got your resetting cap turrets with your hex head here. I think it does come with the wrench. It's probably in the scope ring box. And I believe these are target style turret where you pop them up. These are pop-up turrets, so you can see you pop up and reset them in. Very audible, very stiff, nothing loose. Yeah, that's stiff. And then the same way here, very audible. You lock it down like that, you push it in, won't go anywhere, it's stiff. Pull it out, you want to adjust, find your 0 for whatever you mount this on, then you can loosen the top screw here on elevation and windage turret and reset your caps to 0, which they actually have a dot there and a dot there to 0 it out. And nice little feature here, it's got a mini throw lever on the variable zoom, the variable power. Really fast focus eyepiece, especially for the price point. I think they're currently around $46, and I have a code for this scope. Pinty sent me a code, so if you're interested, check the links below. But now I'm going to move on in the video. So after I have it bore sighted and everything, I got the scope leveled and mounted. I got target downrange at 50 yards. Got 2 playing cards set up, and yes, 2 playing cards at 50 yards with this 3x9x32 scope. I'm going to run the scope cam, and I'm going to do some tracking test, just a little different than the standard box test, but I am going to split a card through the scope cam, adjust the vertical turret and horizontal turrets, and then 0 them back out to the same exact spot they were on and shoot the next card. So again, 2 cards spaced out down there, downrange at 50 yards. To test the tracking, I just want to see how precise this little scope is. So let's get into it. Alright, well, as you can see what the scope is capable of, this is the Pinty 3x9x32 adjustable objective Mildot tactical scope again, and I'm going to go over the specs real quick with you. So magnification 3x9, it has a 32mm objective lens here. Field of view in feet at 100 yards is 4.3 to 13 feet. So zoomed all the way in, zoomed all the way out. Eye relief in millimeters is 67.1 to 90, so roughly about 3.5 inches. Tube diameter is 1-inch tube, and it weighs, converted from grams, 423 grams to ounces, around 15 ounces. Again, has a 5 level red and green illumination. The lenses are coated blue and green. Very fast adjustable eyepiece. Very smooth variable power lever. Nice and smooth parallax setting, which I'll show you guys the parallax setting from 25 to 50 yards to show you how crystal clear these optics are, even though you've just seen the scope cam footage. And as you notice that I'm not using the rings that came with it. I didn't need them to be that high, like I mentioned in the unboxing. The scope rings that come with it are like extra high, and they'll fit a Picatinny or Weaver style mount, but I didn't need that. I needed something lower, so I'm using low rings mounted on my Umrex Gauntlet, if you're curious, 22 cal. And in the video footage I was shooting the H&N Field Target Trophy 14.66 pellets. So even though I've already mentioned this earlier in the video, this is a quarter MOA per one click. So no matter the yardage, 25 yards, 50 yards, 100 yards, it's a quarter MOA at that distance. So you can see you got your hash marks on the scope. So one number equals a full MOA of adjustment on the vertical and horizontal turret. So it's time for my final thoughts on this scope. I really like it. I've been shooting with the Pinty 4 to 16 by 40 for over a year now, and Pinty actually got a hold of me and said, hey, we want to do scope reviews with you and team up, if that's alright. And I said sure. So they sent me this 3 to 9 by 32 scope. Like I said, I've had really good luck with them, and the glass is on par for the cost. Like I said, this little scope is running around $46. They actually gave me a discount code for my subscribers, which I really hope you guys like this video and like the scope and like the review. If you do, comment, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. This little scope is just a tack driver. This thing is crazy how precise and accurate it is on a gun that's already shooting good, but that's the point, you know, having a scope mounted on a gun and not doing a scope review just on the scope and making sure it works for you. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see you on the next one, everybody.